There are even people raking them as if they were leaves.
Every coin in your pocket survived extremes during production that would destroy most objects.
Furnaces hot enough to melt glass.
From feeding parking meters,
and grabbing a cold Coke from vending machines.
The strangest part, each penny cost more to make than what it's worth. It all starts here at the US Mint with these giant metal coils stretching 1,500 feet, the length of 4 football fields. They come in different colors because the coins they'll be turned into have different metallic formulas. The coils are taken off the shelves and put onto these turbines, which uncoil them slowly and feed them into this pressing machine. There needs to be a human specialist nearby to finish that process, though.
These sheets can be very stubborn.
Fortunately, the pressing machine is powerful enough to handle them easily once they go in.
The Mint describes it as something like a cookie cutter.
It can pump out 14,000 of these blank coins every minute.
The mint workers know they're coming because the machine makes this fun little noise as they get pumped out by the bucket load.
But that's not the only thing it's pumping out. On the other side of the machine, these gigantic heaps of oddly shaped metal pieces are piling up in equally imposing bins.
There are even people raking them as if they were leaves falling off the trees in autumn.
The Mint calls it webbing, and it will all be shredded and recycled.
The blank discs have now taken shape, but the coins haven't reached their final size yet.
They have the same thickness as a finished coin, but the diameter is slightly different.
That will get taken care of later. For now, they're about to take a harsh journey through fire and very special water.
The furnace gets prepared. Elsewhere, the tanks full of this unique, slippery water are ready.
It's time for annealing, and it's one of the two most extreme parts of making a coin.
It begins with a fire bath, so anyone nearby should make sure to keep health distance.
The annealing furnace heats the coins up to a staggering 1,600 degrees Fahrenheit.
And yet they come out without a scratch on them.
The coins go through this and look none the worse for wear.
Because the annealing furnace has no oxygen inside. Since there's no oxygen in there, the flames are carefully controlled, which prevents the coins from getting tarnished.
But they're still not hot enough to melt most things they come in contact with.
That's why these heated discs have to get a special water treatment immediately.
This water is special for a reason. Water is only the base.
Otherwise, the coins wouldn't look anything like the coins in millions of hands every second.
Submersion initiates the patination process, altering the coin's composition. Worse, they'd be stuck together permanently.
That's why there are two other substances mixed in. The first is citric acid.
This material comes from citrus fruits, like oranges or pineapples.
But unfortunately, there's none of those to be found in the mint.
The acid is already in powdered form by the time it gets there. And it loosens the dirt and grime on the coins, giving them that mint-fresh feel when they're done.
But that's not all it's for.
The citric acid has a second function, especially for the penny.
The blanks enter the high-intensity washing tank, where a specialized solution removes impurities before the minting process.
Since this coin is made of zinc, with 2.5% copper on top, the acid removes copper oxide without dissolving the material itself. The result? That shiny penny that everyone knows. At least when it's fresh from the mint. No guarantees after it's been in use for a while.
In the here and now, there are also lubricants in the water to prevent the coins from getting stuck together when the heat from the furnace is quenched.
Now that they're no longer hot, the coins are ready to be washed. But there are 2 U.S. Mint facilities, and each one has a unique way of doing this.
If you stop by the Denver Mint, you'd see this huge scoop called a skip basket. It lifts the coins out of the slippery water and into the washing area. In Philadelphia, you see this whirl-away machine slowly turning around instead.
But it has the same results.
The coins now go through the washing area, where they're sent through this machine that restores the original color with a mixture of detergents and anti-tarnish agents.
Once they're dried, it's time for the upsetting mill to get ready.
Remember that part where the blank coins weren't in their finished size yet?
That's what the upsetting process is all about. The coins now get sent into a groove that's slightly narrower than the current diameter.
That's how the metal around the edge gets raised just a little to form a rim.
And this isn't just for decoration. If something goes wrong and that rim isn't there, the coins won't be able to finish their journey. The coins leave the rim, and the mint workers have planchettes before them.
Hopefully. This is one of the most important parts of their job.
Most of the coins the mint buys look like this, and they need to be inspected carefully to make sure that the rim is there and they're of the correct size specifications.